Iran is coming, guys. Iran has vowed to retaliate against Israel. So, between Israel and Iran, things are not getting better.
Iran has vowed to retaliate against Israel for the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail in Tehran. Iranian supreme leader vowed harsh punishment and revenge against Israel over the assassination of Hamas chief. Please guys, before I proceed, I would like to beg you to please kindly subscribe to my other channel. Please and please and please subscribe to my other channel. Support your girl if you know you love me. I will be leaving the link in my description box. Please, the link is in my description box. Just click on the link and it will take you directly to the page. I love you. Thank you.
Iran is coming, guys. Iran has vowed to retaliate against Israel. Hamas is going to support Iran because they lost a leader. That is obvious. The Houthis pledged their support to Iran. Hezbollah pledged their support to Iran. We are about to witness another proxy war. I will explain it to you guys. You see, Israel fully understand that whatever they did was pure declaration of war. So they are also preparing ahead of time. America is sending more fighter jets, more weapons. The West is also backing Israel. Not every country in the West, but most of the big guys we know in the West, they are supporting Israel. Now, it is likely that the Russians are also going to support Iran. History is about to repeat itself. Remember, back in the 60s and 70s, there was a proxy war. America and the West were supporting Israel, while the Soviet Union was supporting the Arab states. We are about to see the same thing again. In 1967, the West and America armed Israel against Egypt. Gamal Abdel Nasser did his possible best to get weapons from the same Western America, but they refused to give him weapons. So Gamal Abdel Nasser decided to go to the Soviet Union. So the Soviet Union decided to give over 200 newly built checkmate fighter jets to Israel. It was a big deal because the checkmate fighter jet was the fastest jet by then. But an Egyptian pilot defected and gave this new checkmate fighter jet to the Israelis. So America, together with Israel, were able to steady the whole plane, the strength, the weakness. So exactly in 67, they decided to launch an attack, which was a preemptive strike. They didn't declare war. So they won the whole war in 6 days. So that led to the occupation of Sinai, the Golan Heights. The Golan Heights belongs to, Syria. I've said this several times. That led to the occupation of, some of these Palestinians' land. So in 1973, the Egyptians decided to launch counterattack on Israel, and they won. They won because they used a different strategy. This time around, they didn't rely on fighter jets because the Russians realized that the Israelis, when it comes to air superiority, they are good. The Americans are good when it comes to air superiority. They've been able to figure out the weakness of the checkmate fighter jets, so there was no need to rely on air superiority. They decided to use ground. They went all in. They used air defense system, and the air defense system really helped Egypt. In less than 3 days, the Israelis lost over half of their warplanes and their fighter jets. Then they decided to use their ground force. They decided to go in or roll in with their tanks again. The Russians were, fully prepared. They decided to also arm the Egyptians again with anti-tank weapons. So when they were coming in, they blew up all their tanks. So this is it. So we are back to the same thing again. The West versus East again. History is about to repeat itself. I gave you all this history just to help you understand what is currently happening. I'm quite surprised some people are saying, why did Iran allow, Israel to unalive these leaders on Iran soil? Well, more to the point, that is the main reason why Iran said they are going to retaliate, because this particular attack was on Iran soil. Listen to me carefully. Planning a terrorist attack, it is possible in any country. You can plan a terrorist attack in America, it's going to work perfect. In China, it's going to work. In Russia, it's going to work. You can plan a terrorist attack on any country on earth here. But the retaliation is always the most dangerous thing. Why did Israel do this? Because they're already at war with Iran. These leaders, they traveled to Qatar, but they refuse to attack this leader in Qatar, because if they do that, that would be pure declaration of war between Israel and Qatar. And I don't think Israel want to be in that position. No. That is why they waited for this leader to get to Iran, because they're already at war with Iran. There is one thing that people are not paying attention to. What actually led to the recent event in Iran? It is the Houthis who started this whole thing. The Houthis strike deep inside Tel Aviv. They unalive some people. They hit critical military targets. And that is how this whole thing started. It was the Houthis who started this whole thing. And according to the Israelis, they believe that the Houthis, Hamas, Hezbollah, all of them belong to Iran. That is why they decided to carry this particular attack on Iran, because the Iranians, that is how they see it, because this whole attack on them, they see it as Iran who did the whole thing. So this is where the whole thing started from. So between Israel and Iran, things are not getting better.
Iran has vowed to retaliate against Israel for the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail in Tehran. Iranian officials have issued stern warnings to Israel, emphasizing a desire to avoid further regional escalation. Despite their strong rhetoric, Iranian officials emphasized a desire to avoid further regional escalation and all-out war. However, they also stated that they believe it is necessary to hold Israel accountable to prevent further instability. Iranian supreme leader vowed harsh punishment and revenge against Israel over the assassination of Hamas chief. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps also issued a statement attributing the attack to the Zion regime and declared that this crime would be met with a harsh and painful response. The situation has raised concerns about regional tensions and the potentials for a wider conflict. The UN Security Council has held an emergency meeting to address the situation, and international mediators are working to bring Israel and Hamas to agree to ceasefire. Several countries have expressed support for Iran in its conflict with Israel. Russia has maintained close ties with Iran and has condemned Israel's actions. China has also expressed support for Iran, calling for restraint and a peaceful resolution. Turkey has criticized Israel's actions and expressed solidarity with Iran. Lebanon, home to the Iranian-backed Hezbollah group, has condemned Israel's action. Iraq, where Iran has significant influence, has expressed support for Iran. Venezuela, a longtime ally of Iran, has condemned Israel's action. Cuba has also expressed solidarity with Iran. North Korea, which has ties with Iran, has condemned Israel's action. Palestine groups, including Hamas and Islamic Jihad, have expressed support for Iran. Several countries have also expressed support for Israel in its conflict with Iran. United States has consistently supported Israel, condemning Iranian aggression. United Kingdom has expressed support for Israel, calling for Iranian restraint. Canada has condemned Iranian actions, supporting Israel's right to self-defense. Australia has expressed support for Israel, criticizing Iranian aggression. Germany has condemned Iranian actions, supporting Israel's right to self-defense. France has expressed support for Israel, calling for peaceful resolution. Italy has condemned Iranian actions, supporting Israel's right to self-defense. Greece has expressed support for Israel, criticizing Iranian aggression. Cyprus has condemned Iranian actions, supporting Israel's right to self-defense. Bahrain, a Gulf Arab state, has expressed support for Israel, condemning Iranian aggression. United Arab Emirates has also expressed support for Israel, condemning Iranian actions. Saudi Arabia has condemned Iranian actions, supporting Israel's right to self-defense. The US will move a fighter jet squadron to the Middle East and maintain an aircraft carrier in the region. This move is seen as a preparation for a potential escalation in the conflict between Israel and Iran. Tensions are high in the region, with both Israel and Iran exchanging threats and warnings. The situation is volatile and there are fears of a wider conflict. Despite the tensions, there are ongoing efforts to achieve a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. The international community is urging both sides to exercise restraint and avoid further escalation. The security situation in Israel and West Bank remains unpredictable, with the potentials for violence and terrorism. Travelers are advised to exercise cautions and stay informed about local conditions. Thank you for staying to this moment. I love you. Please, guys, if you know you love me, please kindly subscribe to my other channel. Please, 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 I need your support. Subscribe to my other channel and let's grow together. I love you.